Are you just getting started in pet photography? Well, in this in-depth video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to start your pet photography business in 2026, including what I would do if I was just starting over. So we're going to talk about getting started, gear, camera settings, how to build your portfolio, finding your first clients, and setting up your business and more. Whether you want to just photograph your own pets, photograph pets part-time, or turn this into a full-blown business, this video gives you the roadmap to get started with confidence. By the way, I'm Joanne Wetzel. I'm a professional dog photographer based in Raleigh, North Carolina. Each video on my channel not only helps you grow a successful pet photography business, but also helps provide shelter and rescue dogs across North Carolina with much needed professional photo shoots to help them be seen and valued among the millions of animals available for adoption. So help support our mission by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, commenting, and of course, watching. All right, so when someone asks me, I want to get into photographing pets, Joanne, but where do I start? My first recommendation always is, and this might surprise you, is to photograph pets other than your own. Because here's the thing, you guys, it is all well and good when we're photographing our own pets who know us and like us, but it is a different thing entirely to be photographing a dog you don't know, a 2-year-old high energy shelter dog that doesn't know a single thing and won't stop moving. I want to make sure before you invest any more time, money, or energy into this endeavor that you in fact have the patience and passion to be a pet photographer. Now, we're going to talk more about this a little bit later when we get into portfolio building, but before you do anything like buying a new camera, setting up your business, or even starting a social media presence, I want you to get out there and start working with different breeds, different ages of animals, energy levels, etc., to see if in fact if pet photography is a good fit for you. Now, that leads me sort of into my second point, and this might also surprise you, but when you're getting started to working as a pet photographer is I want you to learn animal body language and behavior, obviously depending on what kind of animals that you want to be working with and photographing. Now, I was very lucky when I first started because I had already been working with dogs in various capacities for a couple of years before I actually started taking paid clients. And I truly believe that you will be wildly successful as a pet or animal photographer if you do the work to ensure that you are providing a safe, joyful, and stress-free experience for the animals that you get the pleasure and opportunity to work with. Not only will the animals feel comfortable with you and have fun, but it's going to keep everybody on set safe, and it's going to translate to amazing images too. If you're not sure where to start, I definitely am going to recommend a few different things, and I'm going to be recommending, obviously, and referencing a lot of sort of dog-related suggestions, but these will translate for other animal types like cats, horses, exotics, etc. So obviously study your own animals. That's the first thing. You can volunteer with a local rescue or shelter to work with different kinds of animals, take training classes with your animals, or invest in private lessons, watch positive reinforcement training videos on places like YouTube. You can also read and invest in training books, and I actually have a few great recommendations for those for dogs specifically that I'll leave in the comments below. Okay, by this point, you probably already have a good starter camera, right? And maybe a kit lens. But when I first started, I didn't quite know what equipment I needed specifically for pet photography. And it took me a little while to kind of figure it out. So I've actually just released a brand new 2026 video with all of the equipment that I currently use for my outdoor natural light pet photography work, and why I chose each thing specifically to kind of help guide you guys in the right direction for what you might need for your animal or pet photography business. And so I'm going to drop that video right above for you to check out and in the description box below. Now, obviously, once you got the gear, you got to figure out how to use it, right? So I've also created a video all about my camera settings for outdoor pet photography and why I use the settings that I do related to pet photography. That's another resource that I want you to check out that I'll link above and in the description box below. Okay, so by this point, we've started practicing. We've got a camera, we've got settings. We are starting to learn body language and behavior for animals. Well, Joanne, how in the world do I start to build my portfolio? So my recommendation for this is simply to reach out to family and friends and offer a low cost or complimentary photo shoot to start getting some clients sort of under your belt, right? And building that experience. And this is exactly what I did when I first started. And people are honestly so obliging in order to get cute photos of their animals that they're obviously going to be willing to want to do this. So aim to photograph as many breeds, ages, sizes, energy levels, and looks as you can in order to get as much variety from your photos as you can and make it the most valuable possible. Now, if you want to photograph more than just, dogs, say other animals, you can kind of put out a model call for, say, the same thing. Now, my recommendation here, guys, and this was a big mistake that I made getting started, is not to give these people the whole kit and caboodle. You want to offer them that low cost or complimentary session, but you want to put some limits on it, right? Time limits, amount of animals, number of deliverables, because as they say, if you give people an inch, they're definitely going to take a mile. What I wish I would have done is really offered a complimentary session, time limit, certain number of animals, certain number of images promised, and then upsold at a reduced, very low cost, additional images to the clients. And the reason for this is that it would have helped me have sort of more cash flow in my business early on and get my feet wet with some paying clients without having too much added pressure of, my clients spending a lot of money. Now, once you've got a bit of portfolio built based on the suggestions that I just made, you can now start to market and shop yourself around to potential clients. What I've seen work really well for brand new and budding pet photographers are really getting referrals from your first clients, right? Those ones that we offered that free or low cost session to, along with promoting yourself on social media and sharing in pet related Facebook groups. Now, why this works when you're first getting started versus when you're at a higher price point is that the investment decision for people is generally a no-brainer at a lower cost or lower price point. And those images that you've already taken to kind of build your portfolio, you can use then to create promotional graphics and marketing materials and a website to market your brand new pet photography business. There is also nothing wrong with making an offer to people. And I wish I would have done this early on. But if you see an adorable dog or a unique dog out and about that you want to work with, you can always give those clients a card and just say, hey, I'm a local pet photographer. I'd love to work with you, and make them an offer. That is an absolutely fantastic way to start to also get clients in your business. All right, now let's touch a little bit on pricing. First, I just really want to say that pricing is an art form, you guys. It is different for every person, every business, depending on so many factors, including income goals, pricing models, business overhead, tax liability, and a lot more. So since you're watching this video right now and you're likely very brand new in business, I want to focus on one specific key pricing model, and that is the all-inclusive model. Pricing has been such a big question by you guys that I actually already created a more in-depth video digging into this pricing model specifically further that, again, I'm going to link in the description and above so that you can watch that on your own time, take some time to work through it, and rewatch it as needed. And since so many of you have been asking about pricing, I am working on an incredible pricing course for you specifically regarding pet photography. So be sure to check back on social media and via email for when that goes live, and I will definitely be sharing more in the coming weeks about that. All right, if by now you've worked through all of these points and you are ready to officially set up your pet photography business as an actual business entity, if you haven't already, of course, then you'll need to kind of set your business up from the legal standpoint, from choosing a name to registering your business to getting a tax ID and more. I actually have a free checklist, video, and blog post all about this that I created a little while ago, so I'll link those resources in the description box below for you as well. Okay, so I know this video was full of information, thoughts, insights, and resources to help aid you in your pet photography business journey, and I'm sure that there might be some questions that you have. So guys, drop any of your questions in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to answer them to help aid you further. Now remember, this video helps support our rescue photography, so please like, subscribe, comment, share, shop our affiliate products, all the things, and thank you so very much for your support, and until our very next video, be kind and rescue dogs.